Welcome back to Media Week. Let's now take a look at the ratings for week 25, starting with free-to-air ratings. And just taking a look there, of course, James, State of Origin.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Most watched game of Origin ever, that one. Still one more game to go. It'll be interesting to see how much interest there remains in what is effectively a dead rubber.
Exactly. Okay, turning the page and looking at the next five. And House Rules, of course, in there as well.
Yeah, doing great business. It's starting to get towards the end, maybe just over a week left, I think, a week and a couple of eps.
Okay. Subscription TV ratings now for week 25. And this is for sport, the top five.
Yep, again, it's dominated by AFL and NRL there, as usual.
And the top five non-sport, Game of Thrones, no surprises there, taking out the top spot.
Yep, it's a season final, that one. We thought it was a record, but it was just short of the biggest Game of Thrones audience ever for Fox TV.
All right, well, let's talk the annual Slime Fest for Nickelodeon, because it's back, right?
It is, yeah. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. More shows and more slime, they're promising. You never want to be down near the front of those things. You get covered in gooey green stuff. But yeah,
unless you're a kid, you might.
Yeah, exactly. It's the big annual event for Nickelodeon, very important for them. They used to run an Australian version of the Nick Kids' Choice Awards, but then they just focus on the US one now, and they've got their own event, which is a Slime Fest, which they've developed, and it does very well for them. Sydney and Melbourne this year.
All right. And Foxtel's announced the start date of a new show, that Recruit show. Yeah,
the Recruit going to be hosted by Ryan Fitzgerald, ex-AFL footballer, co-hosts Nova Breakfast here in Sydney. He's been a guest on a lot of TV shows, on AFL footy shows and stuff. Being made by Eddie Maguire's company and another production company. It should be good for Foxtel. I think this will, it launches in July, it'll run through, it'll sort of finish about when the AFL finals are going to be on it. Gives someone virtually almost a guaranteed career at an AFL club, so it's a pretty big prize if you're a sports person. All
right, and speaking of Eddie Maguire, he's at the centre of a bit of a feud at the moment.
Yeah, a couple actually. Him and Caroline Wilson have been having a bit of a go at each other. Both stars on Channel 9, of course. Eddie does Hot Seat Daily. Caroline Wilson's on Footy Classified on 9. Late on Monday nights. She has something called Caro's Arrow, which ends the show, and she had a real go at Eddie Maguire this week, accused him of sort of abusing his AFL power. She's had enough of him, I think, and then Eddie hit back on, he also does Triple M, of course, amongst his other many hats he wears, and he hit back the next day and questioned her relevance, and yeah, it was a good old feud. And Eddie's also been feuding with the Herald Sun.
Not shy of a feud.
No, Mark Robinson too, had a bit of a blue there. Interesting, they both also appear on Fox Footy. So.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on those feuds. And Nine also releasing its cricket schedule for next summer.
Yeah, look, Nine loves a good clash between England and Australia. And they're going to get one over the summer, albeit only two. England will be here for the one-day internationals, which precede the World Cup, which is why they're able to grab England for a couple of more games. They play Australia twice in that the try series of one-day internationals. South Africa will also be here. Earlier in the summer, India will be here for both tests and one-day games. So, and then, of course, as I said, that segues into the World Cup. So it's going to be in February and March. So going to be a lot of cricket on Nine.
Is that a ratings win for Nine, usually?
Yeah. The cricket does very well for them. Sponsors love it. Yeah. You know, gets them associated with the game, gets them really big audiences across the summer, when it can be hard to get a TV crowd that time of year. And then, the World Cup's a real big win for them. Nine sharing the rights with Fox Sports on that one, though. So Fox Sports will have a bit of domestic cricket, or cricket being played in Australia for a change.
James Manning, editor and publisher of Media Week, thanks so much for co-hosting, as usual.
Thanks, Ingrid.
And that is all we have time for on this edition of Media Week. From the team here, thanks for your company.